Thank you for joining me today, Miss Claire. It's a pleasure that you took up our offer for us to interview you.
Yeah, likewise, I'm sure. Well, I'm all ears now. Ask away.
Well, let's begin with this new searching of a absolutely conscious robot intelligence.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It took so many years to finally actually be able to create this conscious robot. It's just incredible to create a working thing that was never alive and then make it alive, make it act and breathe and work and live like an actual human being. It took years and years of research and building. And it's amazing because many large companies like Google, they ended up using their search engines to create better AIs. Like you'd search up a bunny and then that search engine would know what a bunny would look like because you went on images.
Very interesting. So, now that you could explain how they have their own consciousness, how can you explain these conscious robots acting around others?
Well, they act just like you and I do, basically. Because if you have your own conscience, how are you going to interact with people? Now, of course, they aren't going to have things like mental illnesses because they're already pre-made, but they do still think and act and do just as humans do. Same thinking process, no matter what.
Outstanding. How do you think these robots will overtake society, such as how it's usually portrayed in films based off this topic?
Well, unless the robot had the mindset of Hitler, then that's very, very, very unlikely. Because due to the whole thing, they have the exact same consciousness as I said before, same thinking process and everything. So they're still in that same battle between good and evil, just as we are. It's like saying, I would take over the world, And yes, people do say that the robots have the power to go into the internet and go into military things. We can't do that. And that's true, because robots are made of data. Their consciousness is data, ours isn't. We can't insert ourselves into a computer yet. But basically, it's almost impossible.
Very interesting. Now, Miss Claire, one last question before we go.
Not my legs.
Do these robots really have true emotions? If so, how do you know?
Well, they may have numbers for thoughts and gears and nuts and bolts for brains, but there's no difference between us now. Our whole experience with robots has changed. We've created a whole new level to robots that is the same level as us. So it's like saying, how do you react? How do you interact? There is no difference between either of us now.
Fantastic. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Oh, you go first.